Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Detroit Lions. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Good work, boys. Let's go, let's go. Check out. All right, 6 and 5. Watch the run, watch the run. Cross. Watch twits. Watch twits. Hey, Alpha.
On first down, it's Locke. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Mexico. Quo. Go ahead.
Off of play action. Luck. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They throw again on second down. This one's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Come on, boy. 11B. Don't be scared.
On first and 10, Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Montez Sweat gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's second and 20.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Now Luck. Looking left sideline, it's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set, ready, and read. Right there, hold his mic. And we're pretty quiet, D, we're pretty quiet.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. A loss of 2 there, second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
90, Wolf. You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Geis with the carry on second down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 17 yards that time, and a Washington first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Clifford off to Geis on the screen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. 80 weapon. Watch the ship. Snap.
Back to throw. Clifford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Got it. We go.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
64, weak. 5.
Off play action. Clifford. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Clifford. Throwing right, and that's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. On first down, this is Geis. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the gun, Clifford. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. From 17 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Redskins 7, Lions nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch two. Here we go. 11. Like 2.
After the run, Luck gonna throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now it's Luck. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks and runs. He's able to pick up the 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the boot.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Redskins 7, Lions nothing.
Check out. 540. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 12. Hey, Delta. Choose the mic.
Now a play fake, and it's Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his 1st NFL sack. Sacks a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
They'll fake it. Now Luck. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They start on the ground with Geis. And an alley to run. A big play there out of Geis. 45 yards on the ground. Nothing fancy there. A little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described, and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's Geis. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the 44-yard line.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Here we go.
Now a handoff. Geis going right. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. Clifford throwing middle. And it's complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a toss. This is Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards, the final tally.
Down. 90, Wolf.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Hey, my 7. Snap.
Operating from the gun, Clifford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, it's Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now Luck. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they...
Touchdown, Washington! Touchdown! Darius Geis, 59 yards. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Flushed out right, and this time he's got the hookup. It's complete, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Blount. He's going to look deep down the field, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Luck. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
He's coming.
Out of the gun, Luck. And he'll find Hall. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action, it's Luck. Eluding the pressure right. He'll take a shot, and that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. In for the score, as they are now on the board here in the first half. A try here for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Clifford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Incomplete on the deep ball. It's now 2nd and 10.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Orbit. Ready?
Off play action. Clifford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
Get it.
Off the play fake. Clifford rolling to his right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Redskins send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case,
and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's Locke. Dancing to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Check out. 540.
What's the clock?
540. Easy. Alert. 12.
56. Mike, 56.
Throwing again on second down. Luck under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
The Redskins on third down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
I'm coming after you. Win the rep. Let's go right here.
From the gun, here's Locke. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Here we go. 12. 11 V.
Smooth. 56.
From the 35 on second down. Luck. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Monday. Hey, check. Motion.
Luck on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Montez Sweat getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
12. Check. Hey, wahoo! Let's go, Mexico! Slam! Jim! Go.
Here's Luck. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again they run. Again it's Geis. He'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Guys showing he's going to be an important part of this Redskin backfield as he's in there again for first down.
Hey, dude.
From the gun, Clifford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch safety creep.
You draw Corker. Hey, Haywood. Snap.
To throw again, Clifford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, foxtrot.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. The Redskins send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
11.
Hey, Echo.
56. Mott's 56.
Throwing is Love. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Love. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hall. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Luck now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Luck. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hubbard. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing again is Luck. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Ryan Anderson in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9.
Check 11. Check the backer. Kill.
General West. Crawl. Bravo.
Back to throw. Love. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. To throw is Love. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
6-6, pull it high. Rush in.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Recon, 132 fighter.
Hey, alert 3.
Yo, go. 22 jet bombers.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Hey, exit. Ready.
On 3rd and 2, Clifford. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you. Like, come on. Get that quarterback. And I'm climbing up.
Luck now to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
11 B. Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Back to throw here. Now he's flushed out right. On the crossing route, complete. That's Hall. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Locke. And that is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
That's not good.
Geis. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Out of the gun, Geis. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Badgley able to knock this one through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now it's Luck. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Montez Sweat in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. He's back to throw. And an alley to run. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Alpha.
It's 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Lock. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
2nd and 6 at the Lions' 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. This is Geis. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So a victory here for the Washington Redskins. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for Washington, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.